When you're relocating, you usually have at least one of these three questions. What's the neighborhood like? What's the crime like? And what are the schools like? So don't worry, me and Emma are gonna show you how to answer those questions all today. Let's go. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you are new here, my name is Taylor Hudgens with Onyx Realty Professionals. This is also Emma. She likes to join in sometimes when she's not getting enough attention. But today we are going to take a look at how to figure out and research neighborhoods, crimes, and schools when you're relocating to a new area. So if you like this video, make sure to go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Also feel free to subscribe because I make new videos about Hampton Roads and I want to make sure you get all the good juiciness. Let's go. So let's go ahead and start with generally researching a neighborhood or a certain area that you're thinking about moving to, right? So I've got two great resources that are going to kind of help give you an idea of a certain area, and they might be kind of obvious, but we're going to go ahead and go with it. The first one is going to be the city's website of the place that you're moving to. I know, oh Taylor, that's just where I pay my water bill, but they do have also some other great information there too. A lot of city websites are going to include things like upcoming events and community events, so that way you get an idea of what it's probably going to be like to live there. They usually are also going to include any information on any parks that they have or any museums, so that way you can get an idea of what it's like to live there and what the city is prioritizing before you actually get there. Resource number two, which some people also might know about, is Google Maps. I highly recommend this to anyone that's moving to a new area when you have a specific address in mind, and even when you don't have a specific address in mind. So for example, let's go ahead and pull up, what's a cool place? Old Town in Portsmouth, Virginia. So this is a really cool area. It's very historical. So if you go into Google Maps, there is a way that you can actually take a street view. So if you head on over to Google, type in a certain address. I'm gonna go ahead and put in a restaurant. We're gonna click around here and take a look. So that way you can get a virtual tour of an area before you ever even get there. Technology is so freaking cool. Of course, research topic number two is crime. Usually that is a big question a lot of people ask. So if you're thinking about how to figure out what crime is really like in a certain area, of course you also want to start with the city website. Some city websites have this information listed. If they do not, you can also Google city and their police department website. Usually if the city website doesn't have it, the police department website will have crime reports. And this is a great resource because it's just black and white. It's statistics and it's not dramatized, it's just matter of fact. So that way you can kind of exactly see what's happening, where it's happening, how often it's happening. It's going to give you a great general idea of what is happening in any particular community. Another place you can check for crime information, of course, the police department's website and the city website is probably going to be the most ideal and the most actual. But you can also check out this other feature on Trulia.com. Some people might already know about this, but Trulia.com is going to also be able to show you a thing called a crime map. So, for example, let's go ahead and take a look at a crime map here in Hampton Roads. I'm going to go ahead and pull this up for you to take a look at, and Trulia is going to have it set up in different color coding, so that way you can see where the most activity is happening and where the least activity is happening. Last but not least, the third most common question when you are researching a new place is going to be, what are the schools like? So you can, of course, check out school websites. Let's take a look here, for example, at Norfolk Schools. Here you can pull up their website, all the information that they have listed. You can click around to kind of get a better idea of what it's like to be there and all the additional information you're going to need. So definitely start there with the city school website. And then you can also check out other websites that have school rankings. So these school rankings are going to kind of give you a better idea of what those schools are like compared to other schools in that area. So that way you can get a better idea of what works best for you and your family. Thank you so much for joining me today. I know this was a lot of information on how to research different neighborhoods, different crime, and different schools in certain areas that you're moving to or relocating to that you're not really that familiar with. Emma really appreciates you being here. I appreciate you being here. If you are thinking about moving to Hampton Roads, also feel free to check out relocating.com. There's going to be a small tab that says towns at the top, and you can drop down and actually click around there for different things to do in different parts of Hampton Roads depending on where you're thinking about moving to. If you do have any questions about Hampton Roads or moving in general, feel free to leave those questions in the comments below. I will make sure to answer all of those personally. But thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you in the next video.